We don't have much time to spare. We arrived on this island far later than I would have liked, and I don't think it's a good idea for us to be out here alone after dark. If what Kane had to say about that sea cult is accurate, they could be all over this place. After all, there's a reason why no one managed to retrieve the heart before now. I'm all right, little sprite. No need to worry about me. Just focus on yourself for now, all right? I'm not worth worrying over, especially not now. What? Hey! What are you doing, little sprite? We don't have time for this right now. Look, I know I've been acting strangely, but that's none of your concern right now. Our top priority is to find what we came here for. Everything else can wait. Look, you'll find out eventually, little sprite. Please, just let me spare you the pain for a little while longer. Fuck. Always so stubborn. It'd really piss me off if I didn't. Well... Look, if you really want to know, then I'll tell you. But keep in mind that I've made my decision on this. I'm not going back to the Nightingale. By stepping off the ship just now, I have officially relinquished my title as captain. My time with the Abyss Pirates has come to an end. From here on, I must continue my journey alone. Look, do you remember when I told you that the heart was speaking to me? Every night. It'd show up in my dreams. At first, I thought that was simply because of my fixation on the task at hand. But as it kept happening, I started to realize that wasn't the case. You see, the heart isn't just an artifact. It is an entity, with the ability to communicate to those who seek it. And, in showing up in my dreams, it was offering me guidance, both on how to find it, and then on what I would have to do once I did. You know about the treasure we're looking for right now? That is what the heart was speaking to me about. The treasure isn't the siren's heart itself. That isn't something that can be owned by any one person. But it is worth everything the heart is said to be. The heart knows what I need, and it has guided me towards it. It's here, on this island, hidden somewhere. Though, if my suspicions are correct, it won't be difficult to find. The heart is not our adversary, after all. You'd think so, huh? For so many years, my dream has been to acquire enough wealth to save my village. And in finding the heart's treasure, I will have done so. I can finally save my village. And yet, all I can feel right now is pain. Little sprite, this is where we have to say goodbye. This treasure, it's no ordinary bounty. It couldn't possibly be. To be linked to something as powerful as the siren's heart. The heart's treasure is a cursed treasure. It'll be easy for me to find and take hold of, but once I do, I can never let it go. The wealth and power granted by such a thing is so great that it demands an equally great sacrifice. My future in exchange for the treasure. No, I'm not going to die, little sprite. If only it were that easy. No. Instead, my soul will be bound to the heart. I will become the keeper of the heart's treasure and be forced to watch over it for the rest of eternity. You might say that I'll become a part of the heart itself. At least, that is what I understand from my dreams. The heart can be rather cryptic, although that may also just be a reflection of myself. It'd make sense. After all, I've always been told I'm endlessly frustrating to be around. Oh, little sprite. Didn't I tell you once that the sea will always take what belongs to it in the end? My time has simply come. You'll be just fine without me, little sprite. The crew will take care of you on the journey home, and you will have all the glory of saying you found the siren's heart. No, little sprite. You can't come with me. Once I become the treasure's keeper, you won't be able to see me anymore. I won't be quite here. You could say I'll become something like a ghost. If you were to join me, you would have to share in that fate. And I can't ask you to give up on your own life just to be with me. I've said it before. I may be selfish, but I am not cruel. And to deny you a chance to live the life you have ahead of you, that'd be the highest form of cruelty. You have so much left for you to do, little sprite. So much. I'm not worthy enough for you to abandon all of that. Stop following me, little sprite. I believe I've made myself quite clear. Just go back to the ship. Please don't make this any harder than it already is for me. Don't care. You think that I don't care? Do you really think so low of me, little sprite? Of course I care. I care far too much for either of our own good. Do you remember when I told you that my dreams had changed? Before, the heart always spoke to me through Avery. It would hijack her body and spill its godforsaken guidance through her lips. It did so because Avery was the person I cared for most in this world. Even years after her death, she still meant everything to me. Until you showed up. I didn't expect to fall for you as hard as I did. It was only when you started appearing in my dreams instead of Avery that I realized what a big mess I'd gotten myself into. I fell in love with you, and it almost derailed my entire life's work. I told you once before that I was starting to lose sight of my goal, but that was because of you. Because, as the heart revealed just how big of a sacrifice it would need in order for me to keep the promise I made to myself, I started to wish for something else. I almost gave up on my goal, all because my heart has started to yearn for you. I was truly considering it, turning my back on everything I've worked so hard on, abandoning my village, all for you. But the more I thought about it, the more horrified I became. I cannot burden you with that weight, and as much as I ache to remain by your side, there is no one else who can help my village. This is something I simply cannot be selfish about, no matter how much I want it. So please, little sprite, don't mistake me for someone who doesn't care. I love you more than anything. And that is why I have to let you go. I'm so sorry. I think you should go back to the ship now. It's starting to get dark, and with the cult having control of this place, I'd rather not have you out here alone. Please, little sprite, I really don't... Huh? What's that? Over there, between those rocks, there's something glowing. Could it be? It's the treasure. It has to be. Please, go now, little sprite. The longer you stay with me, the harder it is for me to let you go. I have to do this, and as badly as I want to stay, I won't ask that of you. You've told me about all you want to do, what you want to accomplish in your life. Don't sacrifice all of that just to be with me. I suppose you can stay to help me move this rock. But after that, you are going back to the ship. I don't like it, but if I have to knock you out and carry you back there myself, I will. All right. Yes, you pull from that side, I'll push. 3, 2, 1. There. That should do it. Thanks, little sprite. Even now, you're still so helpful. Huh. If I didn't know better, I'd almost say you've started to like me. All right, I'll stop. Not the time nor place. Besides, I should probably focus on this. So that's it. The heart's treasure. Huh. I was picturing something a little more impressive, like an entire cave filled with gold, perhaps. But I suppose this small, glowing gem does make more sense. No, this is definitely it. I can feel it. This is what I will spend the rest of eternity watching over. All right. Now what did I say, little sprite? Go. I don't want you to see this. Though, before you do, here. I'm no longer a pirate captain. I have no use for a captain's hat anymore. No, it's all up to you now. Don't look so shocked, little sprite. Isn't it obvious what I'm doing? From now until whenever it is that you choose to relinquish the position, the title of Captain of the Nightingale is yours. There's no one else I trust more with the position. Take good care of the crew for me, alright? Try not to let them destroy the rapport I've crafted. Now, go. Farewell, little sprite. Take care of yourself. And try not to forget me too quickly, alright? Whoa. Hey, what are you? No! No. No, no, no! Why would you do that? Don't you realize what you've just done? Touching the treasure at the same time I did. You've just cursed yourself. Why? Storms. Why would you do that? To share in this curse with me, you've given up your entire life. You've given up your entire life, and it's all my fault. It's all my fault. Why would you ever... Why? Why did you just do that? Little sprite? You mean... you love me too? Please, please don't say that just for my sake. I wouldn't be able to bear it if you gave up everything just because you felt like you owed me. Now that we've both touched the same treasure, we can't ever go back. You can see it already. The sand around us doesn't move when we do. We've become little more than spectres. And you... Fuck! Why? Do you really mean that? When you say that your life is not worth living without me, you promise you are telling the truth. Oh. Oh, little sprite. I'm so sorry. When I made all those jokes about you falling for me, I never thought it would actually happen. Except, now it has. And it's led you to ruin. Your life is over because of me. But... and you have every right to slap me for saying this. I'm so glad. So glad to know that you return my feelings. It makes me so happy. Even though I've doomed us both to an eternity at sea, it's an eternity that I'm being allowed to spend with you. There is nothing in this world that I could ever want more. You really are awfully reckless, little sprite. If I had not reacted in time and grabbed onto the treasure too, you may have been the only one cursed. Then, I would have had to return to the Nightingale alone. How embarrassing that would have been for me. I'm sure the rest of the crew would have had my head. Well, I doubt they'll be any happier with this outcome. But I am a selfish man, and if it means I get to have you by my side, I'm not particularly worried about how the rest of them feel. Still, you had better not do anything like that ever again, little sprite. I suppose it's only fair for me to promise the same thing. No more sacrificing ourselves for each other then. From now on, we're in this together. All right? Thank you, little sprite. I can't promise it'll be easy, but I will do my best to make your sacrifice worthwhile. We have an eternity ahead of us. Let's put the time to good use. Hey there, little sprite. Well, guess we've reached the end, eh? It's been fun. Do you think you could also give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for me? It'd help us out a ton. Also, that part about this being the end, that was a lie. If you head on over to patreon.com/Celesterra, you'll be treated to a super special, exclusive audio starring yours truly. Now doesn't that sound fun? Oh, and if you go to anagami.com/commissions, you can commission your own custom audio of any character you want. Sounds like a pretty good deal. I would highly recommend. Well, now I really do have to go. Look after yourself for me. Alright, little sprite? Bye-bye.